Tesla's secret weapon is already worth $100 billion in market capitalization, and I believe it will eventually add at least $1 trillion to Tesla's stock market capitalization. What is this? This is not another video about how I believe Tesla stock will 10x because of full self-driving by 2030. This is about something entirely different. And no, this is not going to be a video about Tesla's energy storage or 4680 batteries or single piece giga castings, none of that, or Tesla's relentless innovation and then Sandy Munro being completely amazed by the latest iterations of 4680 battery and how he says that every single time they tear down a Tesla vehicle, it's like the stuff comes from an entirely different company. They change so much, so quickly, it's hard to believe the progress that they are making. This is going to be about none of that. There are a lot of narratives about Tesla stock. One of those is competition is coming. This video is not about that, however, but recently it has become apparent to everyone that we live in a world of narratives. My personal belief is that we always lived in a world of narratives. It's just before we agreed this is the narrative, this is the truth, this is what we want to believe in, and therefore we will live peacefully, all agreeing this is what the truth is. But now in this more polarized world, a lot of different narratives have come out and people don't agree on what the narrative is anymore. And we can also see this with Tesla stock. So many lies being told about Tesla stock, and Elon Musk is just under attack relentlessly non-stop. For example, there was this story from a big publication that said that Sergey Brin, who founded Google, divorced with his wife because Elon Musk slept with her. And then Elon Musk very quickly clarified this is all complete fabrication, and he posted a picture of him hanging out with Sergey Brin just very recently. Stories like that obviously affect Tesla stock negatively to some point, but basically every company has stories like that to a certain extent, although the attacks are maybe not as big. However, the difference with Tesla stock is that investors expect those stories at this point, and most investors really just don't even care much about those fake news. What they really care about is what's the actual truth. And to get to the truth, here's where things get a little bit interesting. You see, Elon Musk is a very certain individual to who free speech and truth seem to be extremely important. And that comes across. People actually believe what Elon Musk has to say. People believe, especially Tesla investors believe, that Elon Musk has good intentions. They believe that Elon Musk actually is trying to do good for the world. And all of this creates this environment where when you have fake, complete fabrications, stories that are complete misrepresentations of the actual truth, you create this vacuum where it's obvious this is not true, and someone just has to step in and clarify, look, this is all complete BS. So this allowed for many YouTubers to come in place and actually for Tesla stock completely replace mainstream media. If you are a Tesla stock investor, it is very unlikely that actually you just rely on news sites such as CNBC or any really big news publication. You probably go and listen to Tesla Daily YouTube channel or podcast by Rob Maurer. Perhaps watch Solving the Money Problem, Stephen Mark Ryan, who will call most analysts idiots, or maybe he will say that we just need brain damage treatment. You also have Daily, who is all into Tesla stock, just like Stephen Mark Ryan, and many others, like for example, Warren Redlick, and also we have Tesla Economist. Name a company where you have such a following of investors, where investors have this community, and investors where you have so many of them that are all in Tesla stock. In my stock portfolio, I only have Tesla stock. That doesn't really happen much, if at all, with most other companies like Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Netflix, etc. But how come that happens with Tesla stock? I believe it's because of all the misrepresentations that mainstream media has made, that it allowed this opportunity for independent content creators to step in and share their own thoughts, which are almost always a lot more accurate than whatever the mainstream media is covering. I mean, really think about this. How many videos from Solving the Money Problem have you watched? Or from Dave Lee, or from Tesla Daily, or from Electrified YouTube channel, or any one of those? And really think carefully right now, how has that shaped your opinion on Tesla stock? Now, you could say it did not affect me at all, but are you sure? Not even a little bit? Are you sure? Not even a little bit? Or let me ask you this question. Imagine if tomorrow, Dave Lee, Stephen Mark Ryan from Solving the Money Problem, Rob Maurer, Electrified YouTube channel, Warren Redlick, imagine that all of them tomorrow make a video saying, sell all of your Tesla stock. We are selling our Tesla stock, all of it right now. What would that do to Tesla stock? Do you think it would be unaffected? I think it would drop a lot. Now, of course, that would make as much sense as the questions on last Tesla's earnings call about Tesla's demand. So, of course, that's not going to happen. But that is a good thought experiment to really understand how much of an effect such channels have on Tesla stock price. And admittedly, now, and I know they will not say this, but a lot of analysts, I believe, are watching some of those YouTube channels. For example, especially Tesla Daily. And what do you think that does to analysts that watch those channels? They see the positives that before they would not probably have really considered. And how do you think that affects their price targets? I think after watching those channels, it's probably a little bit higher. I don't know by how much, maybe just 1%, maybe 5%, maybe 10%, maybe even more. But if that is actually affecting their price targets, that is definitely moving the stock price. But by how much? How much more is Tesla stock worth? Because all of these channels cover Tesla stock. I think it's at least $100 billion in market cap. And eventually, then Tesla, and the way I would think about it is it's probably about 10%, somewhere in that rough range of a market cap. So if Tesla stock eventually is worth $10 trillion, which I believe it will, then that would make it a whole $1 trillion in market cap just from the community supporting the stock and saying that they're buying every single share that they can with every single spare cent that they possibly can, and people going all in to Tesla stock, which a lot, if not probably every single Tesla stock YouTuber probably knows that being concentrated in just one single stock is extremely risky. These people are smart people, and that has an effect on the stock very clearly, in my opinion. And this is one reason why Tesla can get away without a PR department, because when there's some complete misrepresentation, first of all, Elon Musk can tweet, he has so many followers, and all of that gets out to people. But then more importantly, the people that are invested in Tesla stock, they will also watch Tesla Daily, Electrified, Solving the Money Problem. They will watch many other channels. Now there's even a Tesla economist. I mean, tell me, who is Google's economist? Tell me, who is Facebook's economists? Tell me, who is Microsoft's economist? You just don't have YouTube channels like that about basically any other company. Of course, there's some following, but it's not as big and as committed as the following of Tesla stock. But most importantly, because retail investors are so committed to the stock, retail investors appreciate future plans of the company. unlike institutional investors that look at full self-driving and they completely write that off. They don't give any consideration to how much will the stock be worth because of full self-driving, with some extremely rare exceptions like Cathie Wood. But retail investors are different. Retail investors see the actual potential of full self-driving. They see the actual potential of energy storage on all of the things that Tesla will and can go into later, which will give it a big advantage. And most importantly, in the long distance feature, Tesla bought robot Optimus Prime. Wall Street investors will not give any serious consideration to almost any one of those items, but retail investors are different. And then you have YouTube channels with huge followings that say buy Tesla stock with every single spare cent. That makes a difference. And that's why I believe this Tesla's secret, not really discussed weapon, is going to be worth at least $1 trillion eventually. And I believe it's already worth at least $100 billion. But this brings me to another question. Is right now Tesla stock overvalued or undervalued? Well, I believe that right now Tesla stock is undervalued. And I explained this in this other video, which you should watch next. It's a pretty good video. I highly recommend it. Watch it next, and I will see you there. Thank you for watching. My name is Matt Posius.